security card. In fact, all of the right pieces of paper, plastic, and computer files say your name is Samuel Haim.
Yes, I answered, interjecting just the right tone of, "You found me out."
Even though Samhain is the ancient Celtic festival of the dead, its proper pronunciation is Samhain. So you see, mister.
She paused, arching an eyebrow.
Haim, it is not a very good pun for all the trouble that you or someone else has gone to in leaving the proper paper trail.
I tried to say, "I don't know what you're talking about," but my mouth wouldn't engage. Anyway, she was on a roll.
You come to Louisiana 6 months ago, supposedly to open a blood bank here in Monroe. Other people run it for you. You do not keep office hours, and you have money. You live on the west bank of the Washita River. Big house, 3 stories, lots of property, fenced and rigged with expensive security systems. You value your privacy. No record of any family. In fact, no record of anything prior to your appearance here. You suffer from insomnia, rarely go out in the day, and have no personal physician. In fact, you have no life or health insurance. You do, however, have an interesting hobby. Last month, you opened a separate office with After Dark Investigations stenciled on the door. Now you are here.
I shrugged. Not much nightlife in Northeast Louisiana.
So why come here? Nolans has all the nightlife someone like you could want.
New Orleans already has blood banks.
Nolans also has vampires,
she said mildly. I blinked. Excuse me?
Owner of a blood bank. Pale skin and affectation for sunglasses. Nocturnal lifestyle. Some people might think you were a vampire yourself.
I blinked again. I have a medical condition that makes me allergic to sunlight. I'm highly susceptible to skin cancer.
Of course. If you really were a vampire, you would hardly be able to roam about in the daylight. And you have been seen to roam about in the daylight on several occasions.
It didn't seem necessary to point out that this was one of them. You have an interesting sense of humor, I said. She dimpled without actually smiling.
Don't I? It is odd, however, that with such a medical condition, you have not found a personal physician or done business with any pharmacy since you have moved here.
You really have checked me out, haven't you? She smiled again.
I have clients too, Mr. Haim. Your presence here has raised certain questions.
I felt a chill creeping up my spine. I came here, I said, trying to keep my voice disarmingly pleasant, thinking that I was going to be the one asking the questions. Her smile grew more pronounced, and she reached across the table.
You have a client who is wanting to know if I really am a true psychic with prescient abilities. Let me see if I can answer such questions with a personal reading of your own. Give me your hand.
Essentially, I had 3 choices. Refuse and still try to get the answers I was hired to get up and walk out now, or go along and risk that Mama Sam d'Arbon was everything she was purported to be. The first course of action was unlikely, and the second would mean that I might as well give up my newly chosen avocation and take up some less risky nocturnal pursuit. Maybe needlepoint. I put out my hand, and the skeptic in me murmuring that a bona fide medium was about as likely.